Today's topic.
You sound so creepy.
Today's topic.
Fantastic. Yeah, and I'll try and see you on Thursday and then get the...
What do I do what?
Just keep doing it. Very annoying.
What?
2 o'clock in the club. Come here.
Get your hand off me.
Come here.
What?
Where were you?
I'm not talking to you about this. I'm not talking to you about this. Get your hand off me.
Who was there?
Get your hand off me.
Who was there? Tell me who was there.
People are looking at us. People are looking at us. Will you get your hand off me? Stop there. People are looking at us. What's wrong with you?
Honestly, we're fine.
I'm grand, thanks.
Okay, because someone will call the police if you carry on doing
Okay.
that to someone.
Okay.
'Cause if I don't, someone else will.
Okay. It's perfectly fine.
You don't have to put up with that, Alan. Okay. Thank you.
My office is there. You're definitely all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Problems just come knock.
I'm grand, thanks. What do I do what? Do you ever listen to me?
Chrissy, stop now. You're crazy,
fucking
man.
manic. I've been talking at you for the last 10 minutes and you haven't listened. You haven't gotten into fucking what I've been saying to you. But you're fucking not even listening to me. That's what. Why do I push you like that? Because you won't fucking respond to me and you won't listen to me. You think you're fucking all manly.
I wasn't.
No, you can't be.
alone
No,
with
you
her.
can't be. Don't try and fucking walk away. Stop. Listen to me when I'm talking. Don't try and fucking walk away from me. Stop it. What the fucking bullshit? What is fucking bullshit?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck's wrong with me?
There's nothing.
Don't give me that shit, okay? Pathetic. You're so fucking pathetic.
Dun,
Shivers.
dun.
Whoa, that was
Welcome to the
that was
reality.
powerful.
Yeah,
That was
welcome.
a really powerful advertisement.
So there's a lot of ways we can carry on this conversation. I think we should address domestic violence, but I think we should also address the realities that men and women aren't equal or treated equal, and they live very different realities,
Yeah,
even though we occupy the same space.
yeah.
So starting off with domestic violence, I don't think domestic violence is condoned for men or women, unless you're Sean Connery.
Okay.
Oh, so I think it's absolutely fine.
I think it's absolutely right.
To give her a good slap.
Yeah, absolutely.
What if she gives you a good slap back?
Well, then you get into another area. I mean, then maybe she's getting to like it, and then it becomes something else. I don't know.
All right, but as Taylor, as a counselor, what is your I obviously I feel like you probably have more experience. This is more into your side of the field. What is your belief when it comes to domestic violence?
So domestic violence, either way, between man or women, I would never
Condone it.
and I would never advise my client to stay in that situation. If I was afraid for my client's safety or
You would report it.
well-being, I would report it, absolutely.
Yeah.
That being said, I think that a lot of the time it's a two-way street, so it's never it's never good to assume one archetype when it comes to domestic violence. And a lot of the time we assume the type of movie like Enough.
J-Lo, you got it.
Yeah, and so we have this we have this preconceived notion that it is male on female and that it is one clear victim and one clear abuser. And a lot of the time it's not so simple and it's abuser on abuser a lot of the time.
I think it's more common that, yeah, actually.
Yeah, and a lot of the time the lines aren't so clear. So I think it's important to recognize that first before we move on into the discussion.
Yeah, I think 100%. I think having an archetype for domestic violence, as we kind of seen, like, what is it, 40% was committed by men or suffer domestic violence. So it's like, it's not half the number. Like, women obviously still are the majority when it comes to domestic violence, but 40% is a large number of people who are being abused and or suffering from abuse that we don't talk about because they don't fall into the normal profile of what we would see in abuse. And then
Right.
I think the reason for that, and kind of turning into the conversation, is like, we have this archetype for men that supports, like, men are supposed to be these strong, figures, but at the same point in time, like they should never, lay hands on a woman or something like that. So it kind of puts them in a box where it's like, it's fine. Men are disposable. We can beat up on them and it's fine because you're a man. But at the same point in time, women say like, we want someone who's emotionally intelligent, emotionally available, but also I need to be able to beat up on you.
Yeah, and not even beat up on you, even like slaps. I can't tell you, like growing up as a 90s baby, I have seen so many rom-coms or like romance movies where the woman slaps the man.
You can catch these equal rights, you can catch these equal lefts, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, seriously though, like we could show a slap montage of how many slaps.
Let's do that.
It's crazy how we are raised as women to believe that we have that innate capability to slap a man if they deserve it. But
or if you're Sean Connery.
In reality, no human deserves to be hit or hurt or their physical body to be infiltrated in that way. So I think it's...
I mean, unless you're into it.
I was really hoping you wouldn't say that.
You
Domestic violence discussion.
You kind of softballed that one in.
Dirty minds. What really crushed me in that video was how women were laughing.
So that was like, I mean, like, so let's break it down. So from a very obvious standpoint, men and women are treated completely different in a social setting. What we kind of seen here is that the expectation is it's completely not okay for a man to lay hands on a woman. Like everyone comes to her aid. It's like everyone realizes she's in a bad situation. Everyone comes to help her. So it's kind of is actually a good discussion point. Is like, do we live in a patriarchy or matriarchy? Because it's like as soon as the women starts laying hands on him, people are just laughing. No one's coming to that man's aid.
Yeah,
they're literally laughing at him. It's a joke.
Yeah.
So
it's not even a joke. It's more of a like he's getting what he deserves.
So
it's like a there you go. Like
how can we be living in a patriarchy when it serves those women?
I think that the whole term patriarchy stems from history. I think
but
in
we're
history,
present moment.
In present moment, present day, I would say it's not that way anymore.
I don't think so. I think if you as a woman can lay hands on a man like that and no one feels the need to call the police, then you're got a problem.
Yeah.
It's very clear that the society is willing to serve and protect you. So you're not really oppressed. If anything, I would say like in that situation, if we took it just like a snapshot as is, the man is the one being oppressed.
Yeah.
Like he is being controlled. He's being controlled through social conventions and he has no escape really. Like there's not really a good resource for him to help him in that situation. When as that woman though, when she was that same situation, there was multiple resources and things and people that came to her support and aid. So I guess I really want to talk about the people constantly say like, I want to be like, well, I don't say people, let me just be frank. Women constantly like they feel misunderstood. They're like oppressed and they're not treated well inside like the Western civilizations. But when we actually start breaking this down, it's like, what is actually oppressing you in society? And like, what is your reality versus the reality of a man? Because in that same situation, we have a man and a woman. Why are they not getting equal treatment? If feminism by definition is a belief that it should be equal treatment for the gender, regardless of gender, why in that same situation there was none?
Yeah.
So
I
make
think
it make
it's
sense.
because we're primed. We are, as a society, primed to look out for
Women.
men as perpetrators.
So, but that woman was a clear perpetrator.
Right.
So what was that?
It doesn't fit the archetype.
It doesn't fit the philosophy.
You can look at this through history.
But okay, so we're still shifting the goalposts. But I'm saying like here and now in this situation, it's like if feminism is this belief that the patriarchy is oppressing women in society, what are we seeing right now? I guess my issue is at what point will women start realizing like, yeah, maybe this is not true?
They will start realizing it's not that way anymore once they stop victimizing themselves. This is what this is not victim blaming at all. What this is right now is taking ownership and accountability for what your mindset is priming you for. And we've talked about this a lot. TJ can speak more to like race as well.
Yeah.
Because
African Americans.
African Americans are primed to be victims as well. And that ideology.
Well, I'm a victim because I'm black.
That ideology only hurts yourself.
Racist. No. I'm not here to undermine Taylor. Taylor's 100% correct. I think that there is, like, in the black community, there is a strong narrative that, you know, like, conservatives, Republicans, white people, white males, whatever, are racist, and, you know, the criminal justice system is a whole another rat's nest that's separate. But there is a strong narrative that, you know, you are owed this and you're a victim because of this, and you should hate this side because of their racist. And first of all, proving someone's a racist is very, very hard. So let's not get into that. But there are things that are social injustices when it comes to the criminal justice system, which I'm not going to get too in depth with because I know they exist. I'm not going to split hairs with someone on that. But there are other conventions that keep black people in a victim mindset versus teaching them, hey, like, you have to take ownership and accountability for where you are currently in society. Like, yes, you got dealt a shitty hand. I'm not saying you didn't get dealt a shitty hand, but
what you do with that hand.
What you do with your opportunity. Because I'll tell you this, there's some kid in Afghanistan that would still switch places with you in a fucking heartbeat. There are some women in Afghanistan that switch places with you in a heartbeat. So all you, like, woke SJWs out there who believe, like, you're fighting the good fight is, like, you're actually just an ungrateful little piece of crap. Just in general, like, you have no appreciation for what you're given in America. And
I think ultimately having a victim mindset is going to keep yourself down, and it's going to perpetuate the narrative that an entire people group is still oppressed, and it actually takes
away from your strength.
Away from your strength, and also away from the progress that's been made. As women, we had a shitty time in one point in history. That time is gone.
Yeah, you're not living in it.
That time is gone.
Yeah, I think our key takeaway, are you saying that we take away that women need to stop looking at themselves in every situation like they're this oppressed group of people and, like, they're constantly the victim, even though, like, yes, bad things happen to women. Yes, bad things happen to men as well. But I think women need to stop holding out the victim flag and always going straight to but and start holding themselves accountable.
And in terms of this specific issue with abuse and domestic violence, we need to really start defending all victims of domestic violence. And if you see something that is hurting someone else, it's abuse. Physical abuse, regardless of who's perpetrating it.
And then I also will say with this, I understand for the woke SJWs out there and the other feminists who may find my comments crass or insensitive or non-endearing or just plain mean. I mean, if you say something serious, I am. You think I'm about to say something sarcastic?
I'm waiting for it. Waiting for the shoe to drop.
I'm gonna say something serious. I get that it's very hard to fight the good fight for so many causes, right? You can't be an SJW for every.
SJW means social justice warrior. In case anyone else is as not in touch with acronyms as I am, just to let
look
you
it
know.
up. Look it up. But it's hard to be a champion for all those causes. But if you're gonna pick a cause, you better stand your ground by it. Because here's the thing: you can't say you're against domestic violence and then allow men to be just as abused as women. So you can't look at people and develop this archetype. Like, I'm going to be a warrior for women. And if a man's getting domestically abused, it's like, oh, that sucks for him. Tough peanuts. Because what you do right there is you destroy the integrity of your cause. And why do you want how can you expect someone to support you if you're not willing to stand by your values and morals? Like, it's like the same thing as like anything else. Like, I wouldn't ask someone to, support, socialism, and I'm a capitalist. I'm going to be like, hey, you guys really need to share all the money, but I'm going to keep all this money myself.
I mean, like, even looking at it from this perspective, if you have 10 domestic abuse victims in a line, and you take 4 of them and say, I'm not going to help you guys, but these 6 I will. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So that's my thing is like you have to remove your own
Bias.
gender bias
100%.
in this situation and be objective about your cause. And if you're not going to do that, you need to remove yourself from that organization or from those situations. So, you know what? Like, I really don't need to be here because I don't really care. I just care about helping women. And that's going to degrade your cause because people are going to find out, and people find out is going to weaken your cause. That's just like my 2 cents to help people genuinely. Like, if you really want genuine help, is like have integrity. Like, I try this with like women all the time. Like, if they say they're a feminist, I'm like, cool. So you agree with like, you know, having equal reproductive rights and stuff like that? And they'll be like, no. I'm like, all right, cool. So you're not you're not a feminist. You're just SJW, woke-tivist.
So yeah, as always, please like and subscribe to our channel to keep seeing more content about women, about men, about relationships, about
SJWs,
about the battle of the sexes. And our purpose is to try to connect the two.
So as always, if you're ready for
real relationships
and
real connection,
then
let's get started.
stop cutting me off.